Mark, thank you. It was a deadly drama that played out on live television last summer. A 23-year-old gunman went on a shooting rampage in and around the campus of Santa Monica College. When it was over, 6 people, including the shooter, were dead.
But there were also survivors on that day, including Debra Fine. Debra was shot and wounded and has decided to turn the events of that day into a movement to help other crime survivors. Debra joins us now to tell us all about that. And it's a little mini reunion for us because we were classmates at USC. I just told you, I didn't know it was you because the pictures of the shooting, some of the first pictures we saw were of you slumped over in that car, someone attending to you. I didn't, these pictures here, I didn't know until days later when a mutual friend of ours said, you know that's Debra. What happened? What led up to you being at this particular moment?
I was actually coming from a composing, singing class, and President Obama was in town, and so I was trying to take a side street because I knew Sepulveda was closed off, and as I did, I saw a man in complete, Kevlar vest, everything else, and thought at first, okay, he's probably with the security team, and we're just being, routed a different direction. And then I saw that he had a semi-automatic rifle, and that he was pointing it at a woman who had pulled before me to take her car, and then a neighbor came out, a neighbor came out, and that he was aggressively pointing his rifle at them back and forth. And I knew at that instant that was absolutely not, a security team. So actually, I had been bullied when I was young, and that's what came into play at that time, which was I was helpless back then, or thought I was. So I saw a bully. I saw these 2 women who clearly weren't going to live. I was in a car, and I just, without even another thought, it was automatic, and I drove in between. He looked at me. I've never seen eyes like that before. They were dead. There was no human being inside anymore. And he just started shooting, and I was shot 5 times. And there was no reason at all that I should be sitting here today. Nothing, no reason. Because nobody else survived who he shot. But I still have 1 piece of fragment in my chest, and I will have 1 more surgery, but other than that, I healed completely.
Wow.
And sadly, I feel like in this day and age that we're living in, stories like this happen all too often, where we see a lone gunman, innocent people going about their day, being shot. But we move on with our lives, but this has forever changed your life. And how has it? And how has it affected your day-to-day?
I think it changes, obviously, everybody's life, and it's the trauma. And if you can get through the trauma and through feeling like a victim and come to, be empowered, then you can make it through and help others. And that was the impetus for the Fine Line Foundation, which my husband and I founded. And it provides support, physical, mental, financial. Support groups are so important. And funnily enough, it's really men that have a lot of the issues, which you're seeing with the gunmen, because they don't have as big a support group. Overall, I'm just generalizing, but the old theory is, men don't talk to each other about their feelings, where women really do. So it's also, a very large support group of how do you triumph over your trauma. And I'm coming out with a book in the next year, which is all about people's stories who have gone through trauma and made it not only to be survivors, but thrivers.
Well, thank God you survived this. I want to tell people more, give you more information about Debra Fine, and here's the information. It's the FineLineFoundation.org. You can also follow it on Facebook and Twitter. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Really good to see you.
Thanks for sharing your story with us, too.
Thank you so much.